We are at a tipping point. Everything that is exceptional, everything that's great about this country, the greatest country God gave man, our United States of America, I tell you tonight, is in jeopardy. In 118 days, guess what? You're the ultimate jury, and the very way of life that we cherish in many ways is at stake. I'll give a long explanation. Everything that we value and cherish, like capitalism, liberty, freedom, the Constitution, the rule of law, hangs in the balance because the most extreme radical socialist Democrats are planning, and they're saying it, to fundamentally transform and change America. They want to dismantle capitalism. They want to abolish the police. That would eliminate all law and order and safety and security. And the very corrupt, the very frail Joe Biden is controlled by these radicals. He is weak. He is often confused. He's easily manipulated. And now he's showing his true colors. And he will say and he will do anything he is told to do and say to win at all costs. Breaking tonight, look at this. The Biden-Sanders Socialist Unity Task Force, well, they just released, well, basically the platform of Bernie Sanders, and they're proposing the DNC platform, and it reads like, well, a radical socialist wish list. And as President Biden, he would grant citizenship to 11 million illegal immigrants. He would turn the entire country into the United Sanctuary States of America. He would block ICE from deporting even criminals in jail. And Biden would redistribute your money because of something we call environmental justice. And, of course, the insane Green New Deal that he supports. And get this, Biden's task force actually copied Bernie Sanders' platform in multiple sections, word for word. So, in other words, Biden also calls for universal health care through a public option. And get this, he would eliminate cash bail for prisoners. That's working so well in New York, right? Rob a bank, get out, rob another, get out, rob another. Anarchists, get out, go back to the anarchy. Right, Joe? It's doing great in New York. That is madness. That is insanity. That does not protect the people in America's towns and cities. And today, during an interview with the far-left website, Now This News, Joe Biden even stated, the police, you ready for this, have become the enemy. And Biden also said he's absolutely on board with defunding the police. Listen closely.
Surplus military equipment for law enforcement. They don't need that. The last thing you need is an up-armored Humvee coming into a neighborhood. It's like the military invading. They don't know anybody. They become the enemy. They're supposed to be protecting these people. So my generic point is that...
Do we agree that we can redirect some of the funding?
Yes. Absolutely. And one of the things that we also need to be doing is fundamentally changing the way, and I've been pushing it for years, changing the way we deal with our prison system.
Remember, it was only a month ago Biden rejected calls to defund the police. He did it in an op-ed, and it took just 1 month for Biden to cave to the radicals in his party, if he even wrote or let alone remembers the topic of his own op-ed. Instead of moving to the center for the general election, he is now regurgitating the hard left talking points from the extreme socialists who are among his top advisors, like Bernie Sanders and Ocasio-Cortez. Need more evidence? Because today Biden also vowed to rewrite our economy, just like he said over the weekend he would transform America, whatever that means. Take a look.
We're going to have a breathtaking opportunity to create good-paying union jobs, to deliver the promise of America to Americans who've been denied it for much too long, to rewrite our economy so the prosperity flows not just to CEOs, but to workers who actually build the country.
Rewrite the economy, socialist utopia, transform America, police are the enemy, defund the police. Let me translate this for you. Biden is talking about socialism, just like Bernie, just like Elizabeth Warren, probably even worse, and just like Congresswoman Ocasio-Cortez. Now we know what he meant when he said to transform America. That will be raising your taxes. That will be confiscation of wealth. That will be control of the means of production wherever possible, and the elimination of the lifeblood of the world economy, oil and gas. And this is now the mission of the Democratic Extreme Socialist Party. This is what they want. This is what they're saying they're going to do. Now, that is the proposal, the Biden-Bernie Unity Socialist Task Force. And Biden, who rarely leaves his own house, seemingly always in a state of confusion, well, he's a perfect candidate for these radicals because they will control him, obviously. Biden couldn't even remember what he was talking about while even apparently reading from the teleprompter. Oh, this is taking me too long. Take a look at this.
I believe this every fiber of my being. We're posed. What I propose is it can be done. I think we're in a position to really make it happen. And my team and your team are already working closely together to light up the path forward here. Critical laws like the PRO Act to strengthen collective bargaining. On politics like prevailing and look, I guess I'm taking too much time, but
I propose, and this is taking too long. We'll have to keep explaining something that I don't even know what it is. You know, we hold these truths to be self-evident that all men and women are created equal by the thing, you know, the thing. God, the creator of everything. That's brutal. That's actually hard to watch. Does this man have the strength, the stamina, the mental acuity to take on what is the toughest job by far in the world? Now, the answer to me is obviously no. And frankly, it's no to anybody with clear eyes that can see. The media once literally asked those very questions of Ronald Reagan in 1984. Are they going to ask the same for Biden? No, I don't think so, because the mob and the media is treating Biden like a fragile, precious little artifact. New York Toilet Paper Times actually calling for Biden. Mark Levin's been saying it. Rush has been saying it. I've been saying this. Not to debate President Trump. We all know, by the way, who will really be in charge if Biden wins in November. After accomplishing nothing. Remember, combined experience, Biden, Pelosi, Schumer, 125 years in the swamp in D.C. Trump, less than 4. They're now fully controlled by their radical base. Socialists will control the messaging. They will control the platform. They will control the strategy. They will control the ideas. They will try to literally transform America. If we become that socialist utopia, 94 trillion new Green Deal, 52 trillion Medicare for all, guess what? Those will all be broken promises, and everything's free and no oil and gas to produce anything. Now, we see this already happening in the House of Representatives. The squad has introduced a bill to defund police and, by the way, hand out reparations. In a press conference yesterday, Congresswoman Omar said that her goal was to dismantle the United States. Take a look at this.
We must recognize that these systems of oppression are linked. As long as our economy and political systems prioritize profit without considering who is profiting, who is being shut out, we will perpetuate this inequality. So we cannot stop at criminal justice system. We must begin the work of dismantling the whole system of oppression.
She's not the only elected official on the left openly calling for America to be destroyed. Listen to this scary message from one of Seattle's city council members. Take a look.
We are coming to dismantle this deeply oppressive, racist, sexist, violent, utterly bankrupt system of capitalism, this police state. We cannot and will not stop until we overthrow it and replace it with a world based instead on solidarity, genuine democracy, and equality, a socialist world.
There's no middle ground in the new radical Democratic Socialist Party. They will destabilize not only this country, but the entire world along with it. Abolishing the police, you know, the ones that protect grandma, grandpa, mom, and dad, and let's see, young moms that have kids at home. Maybe the father's working. And then they'll seize control over your property, money, your business, all in the name of fairness and redistribution. And by the way, to create their perfect utopia. The only problem is everywhere socialism in whatever form it's been tried has also failed. And don't fall for these empty promises of everything's free, because there's something called simple, basic, fundamental math. And maybe Joe can put aside his abacus and actually get a calculator out and figure out that, let me be clear, socialism always will end in misery and despair, always, and also they will take away your freedom in the process in the name of false security.